Hi, it's Wendy from Soul Embodiment with this week's card reading. So we are reading just slightly differently today. When I went to pull our very first medicine card from the deck, two cards jumped out. So that is always an indication that, hey, both cards have something to say to us. So rather than an animal card this week, we're going to have two of the medicine cards. So I look forward to seeing where we're going to be at on our progression. We are now in the last quarter of the moon, what we call the dark of the moon. So that's always a great time for getting insight into our shadow self, things we haven't been willing to see, or just our own intuition and receptivity. So thinking about that, always the last quarter of the moon is a powerful, powerful time to release. And I have other videos where I've talked about that releasing process. So look for that on YouTube if you're interested in an actual releasing process to do in this last quarter of the moon. Okay, let's see what our cards have to say. Here's our first medicine card. Oh, interesting. This is definitely a card where we have to look at both sides of the duality of this card. So this card is the Sundance. So it speaks of self-sacrifice. It speaks of honoring the feminine. So this symbol of the Sundance is something the Sundance is done traditionally by men, but in honor of the feminine. So it really is a beautiful balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. It's about what we're willing to in the traditional meaning, what we're willing to sacrifice ourselves for. What are you willing to put yourself on the line for? What are you willing to give of your heart and your energy and your knowledge to? What is the aspect that you see in another that you want to honor and respect? So those are some of the messages of that card. Now we also, with this theme of self-sacrifice, we have to talk about healthy giving and unhealthy giving. So the other meaning, especially in the second half of the moon cycle, is to say, do you have good boundaries? Do you care for yourself and fill yourself up before giving to others? Do you have a healthy balance of taking in and giving out? Or do you give in such a way that you deplete your energy and you have nothing left to care for yourself? So it's also a very important energy to look at the balance of both aspects of giving and receiving, and be sure that you are in balance, and be sure that you are not giving inappropriately to others. And most importantly, that you are not doing for others those things that they need to choose to do for themselves. So just a little introspection here in looking at that. And now let's see what our second card is. Okay, powerful. This is really the card for this time of the month. So this is the Moon Lodge card, and it speaks of retreat, pulling our energy away from the outward of others and coming back into our own sacred space to restore and renew ourselves and to sink deeply into our feminine aspect, which we all have, male or female. We have that feminine aspect of receptivity from spirit, understanding deep wisdom, the ability to see patterns and the whole of a situation rather than a more masculine way or linear way of thinking that goes from A to B. So it's really about renewal and restoration. So that is what I wish for you in this week, that you find times of beauty, to take time for yourself, to renew and restore, so that you can emerge and give from a positive place as we will be moving into the new moon and then the next moon cycle. So loving you always and wishing you beauty until I see you again. Take care.